Hello there, fellow summoners. MaddogHT here. We're going to go into the 11th war of Season 32. Unstoppable Armor is up. This is a little preview of what my workload is for War 11. We got 9 fights. We're trying to keep our deathless streak alive. We got a Heimdall boss. So we'll showcase that. I don't take it, but I'll showcase how we took that down. Pretty simple. We're up against one chosen one, and we have faced these guys, I think, every season for the last several. Looking over here, season 31, we fought them. Season 30. Yeah, it's been several seasons in a row, and they've had our number pretty much consistently, which is frustrating. As far as our bands go, Ghost, Quake, and Hercules for this one. And so for my assignment, we're going up path 2. You can see here I'm putting on Liquid Courage and Double Edge for this part of my path. It has the Strike Counter Fury node, so I'm going to use Thing, and we're just going to be able to heal and get extra damage from that poison. We're not going to be throwing specials, so we don't have to worry about the recoil damage. For this Doctor Strange, I'm going to have a regen boost on, just to kind of help offset some of that initial Liquid Courage poison damage. I do have the Withers in play from Thing being a power down champion, and I'm going to be alternating my combos, just doing full 5-hit combos, ending with the light, ending with the medium, ending with the light. And he's going to get those Withers, and I think he just throws the one special one. He got that one, and then he's pretty much just locked down with all those Withers. He can't gain any power. And we're triggering the protection with all those Furies up, which is basically not letting us take any damage. And we smashed that fight out pretty quick. That was 40 seconds, not too bad. 43 hits. Thing destroyed that with ease. And then again, Thing's gonna go on this iHulk. It seems like iHulk is on so many of my paths, just out of circumstance this season. But we got Strike Counter Fury, Brute Force, and Power Focus 1. I did throw on a Special 3 Invulnerability boost. That was just to make the next couple fights, the transition a little bit quicker. This guy, there's pretty much no way that he can get to a Special 3 with the Power Focus 1. You can push him to Special 2, but probably to get him all the way to Special 3, pretty much impossible. And I had been alternating my combos again on this one. There's no reason for that. I probably should not have been doing that. Should have just been ending with mediums, because the Withers are just giving him willpower healing. But it's not a big deal. He's already got enough Furies that every time he touches me, we're going to trigger protection, take no damage or 1 health point damage, and we're going to be healing from the Liquid Courage poison. Yeah, pretty simple fight. We just need to watch out towards the end. That's basically the trickiest part. We need to make sure that if we don't knock him out with assassins in play, that we watch out for his unblockable, and then when he switches to start healing, that we don't try to hit him during that phase. So we're going to take a little bit of brute force. We do take a parry right there, right when it was transitioning. So we do get protection up to kind of mitigate more of that brute force, but we do get him down. No big deal. That is going to cost us a health potion, but as of right now, health potions aren't a problem. Future seasons, with the changes that Kabam announced, could very much so be a problem. So we put a health potion in Thing. We put on a invulnerability boost, and I've done this fight several times this season. I think this is like the 5th or the 6th time. I think This guy doesn't have any Mystic Dispersion. I'll try to look for that in a second, but we do have the White Mag's Guidance on, so we can parry without triggering the Masochism. Alright, let's see, the next time we hit him, does he get any MD? A little bit. It was probably like 3 out of 5, maybe 4 out of 5. It's definitely not maxed. When it's not maxed, I'm always grateful, because it does speed up the fight just a little bit. But here we're Strike Counter Fury. We're going to ignore it. We're going to let him get Furies. It's going to be able to trigger our protection, so we can't really take damage. Static defense. Now we do have to be mindful of the static defense, so that little blue fist there, at 9 charges, generally I'm going to be parrying in 1 hit to push him over 10, and then see if the passive Unstoppable triggers from the Unstoppable armor. And then I got to also watch out for the Unstoppable armor timer. Make sure that when that comes up and gives him an armor, that he doesn't go passively unstoppable, because like right there, 1 hit goes passively unstoppable. Usually he'll get pushed back and he won't counter you, but sometimes the AI is really quick to counter, and you might get tagged. That's why I have the invulnerability boost on. Plus, if I happen to push this guy to a special 3, if he goes super passive. Luckily, he's been throwing his special 2 pretty liberally this time. And yeah, you can see we heal from that poison while protection is up, which is awesome. We get the extra damage from the Liquid Courage double edge setup, so it just makes this fight go quicker. It does take, you know, about 110, 120 units to do that swap. But I just decided, you know, with this matchup, this has been one of the trickier matchups for, you know, basically most of the deaths that we've seen. A lot of them have come from ManThing, whether it's been on our side or the opponent's side. You know, people have used Nebula, people have used Cable. I think this war, somebody used Torch on the other side, or maybe it was the last war. You know, people use Mr. Negative. There are options, but if you don't watch the timers and everything, you can get whacked really quick, especially if Mystic Dispersion's in play. But we get another solo, 79-0. That was a good clean fight. And then we're gonna move up to the Power Snack node. I'm gonna go in with Torch. I am gonna put on the Flame On to activate those Nova Flames. You can see here I'm taking off the Masteries, Liquid Courage, Double Edge, kind of just resetting them back to normally what I would run. I don't generally change up my Masteries much at all. I kind of just have my setup and run with that. But we do have the White Magneto Guidance on this from another player in my battle group. We put on an invulnerability boost, and we also have that special 3 defensive boost up, just in case we lose our invulnerability, help mitigate the special 3 damage. I mean, Mordo, he normally hits like a little sissy on the special 3, so it's nothing I'm too concerned about, but I just don't want to die to this fight if it goes terribly wrong. So here we're just going to wait out the power gain. I probably could have heavied him, but I didn't want to take the risk. We trigger the Power Snack there, no big deal. If this guy throws specials, that's a good thing, because he's going to get power stung. Again, I'm just going to wait that out. As long as he started that power gain under 2 bars of power, there's no way he's getting to special 3 with that up. Now granted, I did dex that, power snacked, pushed him to special 3. This is why I have the invulnerability boost on. This is going to do nothing but give me some smolder and temperature. And we're about to push him over the 50% mark. Now there, I did heavy him. Generally it's pretty safe. Sometimes the AI will try to catch you in that heavy, but it's all good. And then we hit him with a special 2. I don't hit him while that active stun debuff is up, otherwise I would have got astral evaded, and he just melts out. So the fight went pretty well, even though I ate the special 3, but that's what the boost was there for. And then we move up. I'm trying to remember what we took with this kitty. I think it might have been, we actually used Silver Centurion for this one. McLeod took it out, did a great job. And then I move up to the left side. We're going to take out this E.M.P Apocalypse with Nebula. It's got Aspect of Evolution, Burden of My Bubble Shield. So I'm going to use a Power Start 1 boost, And just the main thing that I need to be aware of is the bubble shield. Everything else, not too concerned with. I'm going to try to build up my shock charges without dexing to get to special 2. I'm trying to, not lose my power from a dex from the burden of might. If I do lose it, it's not a big deal. I did get that parry off a little early, and I didn't get to the special 2 to double those up. Kind of a waste of the power start 1. And then from here on out, as long as for the special 1, normally I do, for war, for safety, I do a block dex. I can do a block dex on the beams, but it's just safer, and I can normally evade this. But for war, I'm just like, you know what, I don't want to die. I don't want to lose my deathless streak because I tried to dex the special 2 when I really didn't need to. This is the only fight that I'm using Nebula for. So as long as I make sure that I don't have 8 or 18 charges on a special 1, and block all 3, or I don't have 18, 19, or 20, or 10, or 9, 8, 9, 10 of those bubble shields when I'm hitting a special 2 where I can't block it because part of it's going to be unblockable, you're good to go. And if you dex and everything, that's fine, because every dex and hit, you're going to build up those E.M.P charges, so you're going to get a bunch of free shock buildup. We end up getting the solo, not a big deal. Took some block damage, but so what? One fight, we got it cleared, got the full attack bonus. Now we're going up on path 2. It's got the strike counter, block penetration, and hard knock life. So for this one, I got a power start 1 boost still active from that apocalypse fight. I do have science boost applied, and I'm just going to take some blocks, build up some smolder and temperature. I probably could have retaliated there. I didn't. And eventually I will parry. There we go. We got the parry in to get an opening, but we are going to get some disorients on. So now that I have 2, I do need to be mindful that our parries could fail. And then I tried to do a 1 hit into a heavy, and I got retaliated with a special 1. I'm like, but it wasn't enough to kill me, which was good because I was plenty boosted. And so here I'm just going to wait out the disorients, and then we can get a parry in and then combo him and get him down. So we did lose some health there. I shouldn't have done a medium into the heavy. I should have just heavied him. But you know what? Or just done a small combo and then come back for the heavy. But the block penetration, it was managed just fine. I just, made a mistake. It happens. And then on node 41, again, we got strike counter, block penetration, and then on this one it's got under pressure. So every time you dash back twice within like 1.2 seconds or something, like basically if you just double dash back, you're going to get a disorient like that, which can make your parries and whatnot fail. Like right there, I double parried and both of them failed because of that disorient. And I still have the power start 1 boost on, and this is just mainly to give you a lot more opportunity to not have to deal with the block penetration strike counter stuff. And now here I did push him to special 2 and I messed up. He's starting to get the block penetrations, but it's not that big of a deal. This Dragonman's going to go down so quick. Anytime he's going to hit into my block, we build temperature and smolder. I don't know that we get Nova. There's Nova Flame. I don't know that we're going to get much hits off. Maybe a couple, 3 Novas on into another special 2, and he's lights out. So probably a little not how I would envisioned it to play out, but I finished with plenty of health, no problem. And then we ran out of energy, and then we get some energy a little bit later. We're gonna take this. We have 6-hour boost on, so we're gonna be able to use our green, yellow, and red boosts, or orange boosts for all of the same fights, which is really nice. That special 3 boost just fell off, the special 3 defense boost. I was debating on throwing on a boost here, and I'm like, you know what? I got this, dude. I fought this guy on this node so many times. I could have put on a regen boost, but I didn't feel like I was gonna take any advantage of it. Granted, I could have healed up 5% or so here, but because I was already at full health. But here, you know, with Nimrod, you know, you're likely, by the time you get a special and you throw it, you're probably going to be in the Titan phase where you get the power drain. So basically, you get one special to throw on this guy, and that's pretty much about it. So we're just going to be able to brute force this guy down. We do have to remember that the unstoppable from his specials, the passive unstoppable from the armor ups, and then him switching modes manually through his timer, those will activate an armor up, and any of those unstoppables will make him stun immune. So we got the global one coming up, didn't trigger it. Here we got him switching from blue to orange, and that gave him an armor up. That one did trigger it. So we just got to keep those in mind to make sure that he, you know, we're not mid combo smacking him and then he goes passively unstoppable, or we have him right under a stun and he gets one of those armor ups and goes passively unstoppable. So because his armor ups are predictable and you can know exactly when they're going to come up, Nimrod's not that difficult of a fight in my mind with the unstoppable armor node in play. Do need a bleed immune for this one because you will get bled like crazy. Buffet doesn't matter. Thing's immune to nullify, so he can't heal. So we just have to kill off his health, which Thing is plenty capable of doing. You know, it does take a little bit of time, but you know, so what? We got the full attack bonus. It was an easy fight, and that's all that we really focus on, getting cleared with full attack bonus. Time, meh. So here, last up, my last fight, I have a Stunning Reflection, Polka Dot Power, Stunborn ability, Node 53, America Chavez. Now she can be a pain in the butt defender because sometimes she just throws heavies out of nowhere, and then she gets her dimensions, and if she has the dark dimension, the purple one, and she throws her L2, she will be unblockable. Now the nice thing here is she did throw that heavy right out the gate. I'm like, okay, whatever, I'm gonna retaliate, get my opening, and I'm just gonna manage when I can parry. So like right now I can parry freely, and I'm be watching that timer. Here it ends. I didn't feel like I had a good enough window to parry there, but you can, like this, well, I think we're gonna wait. Wasn't feeling it. I think right here we just do a dash back intercept. You could do those drop back intercepts on her all day long, just like you can with like Domino and Killmonger. And then once you get that one incinerate on, you take down the shield, you can parry, do massive damage. It's an easy fight, and we get her down. So yeah, that was my war. Next up, I'm going to showcase our boss takedown, which is a Heimdall. Demps is going back in with his Magneto. You've seen him in my war videos use Magneto a lot. Basically, if the defender is metal and they're one of these unstoppable armor champs, Magneto is just such an easy answer. You can't be auto blocked, which is really nice. And Demps is basically going to just be countering heavies, countering the special one with Magneto's heavy. We actually left up the hazard shift node because Magneto can basically bypass generally any of the hazard shifts from triggering. We do have a horseman on this Magneto, and then here he's gotten a special 3. He did a power start 1 boost so we can get there early. He uses the unstoppable mechanic there, doubles up the Furies, throws the special 3, and this is pretty much lights out. Now this isn't going to kill him right out the gate because he's not going to get the armor breaks like you would on like an Ultron or some other robot, but look at the bleeds going, and then he's just holding block, and bleeds expire, and he's dead. So nice solo by Demps. We did great. We had 1 death, they had 5. So we're like, that's great, right? No, not so much. We ended up having 9 deaths between BG1 and 3, and they only had 3 more. We lost 10 to 8. Another loss in the season. This is just crushing to our chances for Masters. So we've lost another one. 2 wars this week we've lost. We dropped to 4 and 7. We dropped 3 spots in Platinum 1 to rank number 8. Good job to Chosen 1. They just played better and we didn't execute at the end. As far as my contribution, 9 fights, 9 kills, no deaths. Up to 74 fights on the season now. Soloed all of them. Haven't died yet, so I'm hoping I can finish off the season deathless with this last war. We'll see how that goes. But yeah, the sad thing is you know, a deathless season means jack squat if we don't hit our alliance goal of Masters, which is pretty much what's gonna happen, and not too happy about that. So yeah, here are the items that I used. Only used 1 set of 6-hour boost for all 9 of those fights. Used a handful of my gray boost, 117 units to put on and off the Liquid Courage double edge for that first path fight. A couple of health pots. You know, overall in the season, I mean, obviously I've used a lot of boost, but those 3-minute ones, most of those have been free. I think I bought a few invulnerability boosts here or there. But you know, a lot of these boosts, you know, granted all of the class ones I spend with loyalty. A lot of the yellow ones and the 10 and the 20% green ones, red ones, all of those come from the greater supreme solo crystals and stuff. But yeah, this is pretty much what I've used so far for 74 fights. Kind of crazy. It looks kind of crazy, but I'm sure as far as like health pots and stuff, I think I mean, obviously because I haven't died and I didn't have to revive and heal somebody up, that definitely helps that. But yeah, maybe we'll talk more about the Alliance War health pot cost situation in another video. Let's get on to the rest of this. So here is my little collage of attackers and defenders. So I got 32 fights now on Thing, my most used attacker, 22 on Torch, added 1 to Nebula, she's up to 9. And you know, there we go, we got 7 ManThings. We fought him every time on node 20. I think Nimrod we've either fought on the buffet Chitinous Thorns node or the boss. We fought him 7 times. iHulk 4 times. Yeah, so that's who we fought. This is who I've used. It's been an interesting season, but very disappointing team-wise, and I can't overemphasize that. Like, individual results, they're fun to look at, but don't mean jack squat unless you win as a team. So I'm kind of not too happy about the situation, but hope you enjoyed. Hopefully some of these fights give you some tips on how you might be able to tackle them. Thanks for watching, fellas, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.